Well, g'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to answer a question that I see asked all the time on kayak fishing pages here in New Zealand, and that is the FishMaster Elite4 kayak a good kayak or a good entry-level kayak? And the short answer is yes. Yes it is. I'd be a hypocrite if I said that it wasn't, because I actually started fishing in an Elite4 and I caught a lot of good fish in it. So the reason why I think it's a good entry-level kayak, or a big reason why I think so, is the price point. You know, it's a very cheap kayak to buy brand new, and even cheaper to buy it second-hand. I picked mine up for about 500 bucks, I think, second-hand. Came with a cheap sounder, a fish bag, you know, and it was definitely enough to get me on the water to see if kayak fishing was something that I really wanted to pursue, and obviously it was. So I've upgraded my kayaks over the years, but it was a great entry-level kayak to use. Another thing that I liked about the Elite4 was the fact that it came with a rudder. Now, I personally think that a rudder is essential for a fishing kayak. If you're paddling in even the slightest bit of crosswind without a rudder, it can be an absolute nightmare trying to paddle in a straight line. You'll find yourself doing 2 strokes on one side and then 1 on the other just to try and keep a straight line. So the fact that the Elite4 comes with a rudder is a big bonus in my eyes. Now obviously, being a cheap kayak, it's not going to be the greatest thing in the world, it's not going to be the lightest kayak in the world, it's not going to be the easiest kayak to paddle, it's not going to be the most stable on the water, but those are just trade-offs that you need to be willing to accept when you're buying a cheap kayak like that. It is, I wouldn't say unstable, but it's not overly stable, and you want to pick the conditions right when you go out fishing in it, because if you're fishing in a bit of chop or a bit of swell, it can be a little bit uncomfortable, and you do sometimes feel like, you know, you might be on the edge of tipping. So that's one point that I'll bring up about it. Second point is, it's not the fastest kayak in the water. It's by no means difficult to paddle, but if you've ever paddled something else like a Profish 400 or a Reload, it certainly doesn't cut through the water the same way that they do, but it's definitely good enough to get you out there and get you fishing, which is what it's about. I think these cheap entry-level kayaks are a great way for people to see if they'd like to get into the sport without having to spend a lot of money up front, and so they can definitely do that, and the Elite4 can get you on the water, it can get you fishing, and yeah, just kind of answer the questions that you may have in your head about whether or not you actually will enjoy kayak fishing and want to invest into it a bit deeper. But long story short, I don't want this to be a drawn out video. Is the Elite4 a suitable entry-level kayak? Yep, I think it is. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. Some people will say don't waste your time and just fork out the money for something like a Viking or a Prowler or something like that, but to me, I think the Elite4 is a good entry-level kayak to see if you like the sport. Some people think they're going to love kayak fishing and then realise that it's not for them. So if that's the case, then you haven't invested a lot of money into it and you can sell it and move on. Anyway, I'm going to wrap the video up there. I've been rambling on probably more than I would have liked to. If you've got any questions about the Elite4, if you're looking to purchase one or you've got one already and you've got questions about it, then leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. See you later.